Alright, flux. When magic goes wrong. Uh-oh. Using magic is never without risks, and nothing proves this as much as flux. Oh boy. Consequences for using the magical arts. Great. The magical aura can be described as a still pool. Flux is the ripples and eddies caused by a rock dropped into it. Okay. It is not a corruption of the magic, but a disturbance. Order turning to chaos and the natural laws being turned on their head. Alright. Luckily, auras almost always strive for order and balance, and this usually means that flux is purged from them in some way. The exact form this takes can vary vastly and depends on the type of flux present in the aura. Simplest and most common is the spontaneous generation of the magical creatures known as wisps. I just heard fire. And being surrounded by a bunch of floating flames and a pool of lava is a bit unnerving when you have a very valuable book in your possession. Lightning strikes, storms, or mysterious illnesses or boons can all be held as examples of flux being purged from an aura. Okay. Only the brave or foolish practices magic without keeping an eye on how much flux they are letting loose into the environment. Oh. It's the invisible firebug. I see. Alright, so flux isn't necessarily bad, but it's more like a temporary disturbance in the force, really. Oh, man. But that means if there's just a huge disturbance, it might just throw everything out of whack. It might blow up the universe. Great. Alright. On occasion, there is so much magical energy in an ore that it would permeate solid stone to form infused ore. Ooh. The magic forms crystals within the rock that can be harvested. These crystals have various elemental properties and have many uses in thaumaturgy. So, if I see it, I should grab it. It should be noted, however, that it is not always a good idea to harvest all the infused ore you come across, for it has another useful property. Alright, nix the last thing I've just frickin' said then. Leave some behind. If the local aura dips low enough, the crystals will turn back into magical energy that replenish the aura, leaving depleted ore behind. Alright, never mind then. That sounds very useful. Should the ore ever rise high enough, depleted ore may turn back into infused ore. It has also been known to happen for normal stone to spontaneously turn into infused ore, but only if the local aura reaches extremely high levels. Okay. What is all this? Gibberish and missing research. Looks like there's some cool stuff down there, though. Alright, Wand of the Apprentice, where it all starts. Okay. The casting wand is your most basic, but also your most important tool. It is what you use to craft objects, activate blocks like the Crucible, and countless other tasks. It stores a limited amount of magical energy, which is vis, that it uses to perform its tasks. As long as there are aura nodes nearby, and you are carrying it, the wand will slowly recharge itself. Okay. A negative percentage displayed on the wand vis display above the hotbar indicates a discount on most vis costs. So I guess you can make it out of the shards from the infused ore, I guess. A stick and a gold nugget. The what? Alright, I don't think I clicked on something I should have. Uh, Thaumanomicon. Repository of knowledge. Okay. To craft the Thaumanomicon, you must simply use your wand on a bookshelf placed in the world. And it did take up half my vis. Okay. Thaumanomicon is a reference book of all things thaumaturgical. Lists all the discoveries you have made so far and gives you a general impression of how many there are still left to be made. Okay, so that's why the Archmage told me to do that. Whenever you successfully research something and use the scroll, it would automatically be added to this book. You can then browse through the discoveries and click on them to show more detailed information regarding them, as well as any crafting recipes associated with those discoveries. Okay. Tables. Table is more than a simple decorative block. It also serves as a base for other surfaces useful in the practice of magic, like the arcane work table and the research table. Okay. Crucible. Bubble and boil. To craft crucible, you must simply use your wand on a cauldron placed in the world. Well, I can do that now, actually. Although, maybe I should read a little bit more before I do that. There may be repercussions. The crucible is an important tool for any thaumaturge. It allows him to render physical objects into their component essentia and recombine it again as he wishes. Ooh, that sounds useful. The crucible needs to be placed over a source of constant heat and filled with water. Once the water starts boiling, you simply throw any items you wish to break down into the crucible and they will be broken down into essentia. You can then use a wand on the crucible, and if you've got the ratio and amount of essentia right, you will attempt to craft something. Any leftover essentia is simply spilled into the local aura where it forms flux. That doesn't sound good. If you sneak while clicking with a wand, you will not attempt to craft something and directly spill the essentia into the aura. I'd say it sounds counterproductive for now. So maybe you can harvest flux. Ooh. If you are planning on experimenting with the crucible, it is a good idea to keep scribbling tools and paper handy in case you discover something. Scribbling tools. Oh, scribbling tools. I see. So, if I just concentrate the magical energy in this wand, I should be able to... That actually did not change much. Okay, so if I just toss some water in this and just chuck a bunch of random stuff in it, it should just... Well, actually, let's check out what aspects these things have. So a wind, wolf, and a wing. Water, a book, and like a plant. Meat. And is that like an eclipse? A rock. Tools, a tree, and a stone. A metal, and a bunch of swords. Fire, apple, an anvil, and a wand. And a candle. I have no idea what any of that means. I just realized this is probably going to be a very boring... You know what, I'm just going to put these where I'm just learning about stuff as pilots. Right, so... Arcane Work Table. To create an arcane work table, simply right-click with a wand on a table you have placed in the world. The arcane work table serves the same purpose as a normal crafting table with a few key exceptions. So one of the things I can use with tables, okay, apart from normally crafting recipes, it can also craft some of the items unique to thaumaturgy. To do that, you need to place a casting wand, like the wand of the apprentice, in the slot on the bottom right. Allow you to craft things that require vis, by drawing energy directly from the wand. Okay? And they do recharge in the table. So, there's 2 tables there, I guess. This actually kind of seems pre-prepared by the Archmage. Okay, so this is probably what I turn into the work table. Yeah. Let's take this back for now because I don't think I would need to create anything yet. I don't think I can, actually. Glass file. Glass vials are capable of holding all manner of liquids and substances, but their most important to the thaumaturge is their ability to hold essentia. Okay, essentia is not easy to gather, and it indelibly stains the file, making it only usable once. So, 1 piece of clay and a couple pieces of glass will make 8 of them. That's actually similar to the glass bottle recipe. Alright, scribbling tools. Scribbling tools fulfill 2 important functions. The first is that they can be carried on your person along with paper in the hopes of making discoveries, and the second is to craft a research table. So you can either make it with a glass vial or with a glass bottle. Okay. Alright, research table. The research table is created by placing 2 tables next to each other and then clicking on them with the scribbling tools. So I'll need to make that before I can make the... Alright, so that's what the 2 tables are for. The research table is the most important tool for any thaumaturge. It is used to unlock all the hidden secrets of the universe and discover new ways of harnessing magic. So I guess this is how I get into my section of magic and start discovering stuff for myself. To research something new, you simply need to place some paper in the bottom and the objects you wish to study in one of the left slots. And when I press the magnifying glass, it'll study aspects on those objects and have a chance of discovering a fragment of arcane lore associated with it. The aspects possessed by the items examining was shown in the bar to the left of the items. So this will probably make a lot more sense when I actually have one of them. The highest aspect present is always used, so make sure not to waste resources. Below the slot where you keep the paper is a toggle bar. So when in curiosory mode, you only have a small chance of losing the item you are studying, but your chance of discovering or progressing your knowledge is equally small. So you get to keep your stuff, but you'll have to research it a bunch of times to actually maybe think of something. In thorough mode, your chance of discovering something is far greater, but you also have a high chance of losing the item you're studying. So the exact opposite. As you progress with the research, some of the aspect symbols on the left side will fade. When this happens, it means that the theory you are researching does not use that aspect in its makeup, and you should not research it further. Okay, so it prevents you from wasting resources. Alright. First, you will know very little about the knowledge you have discovered, but as you progress more and more information will be revealed. At first, you won't know which aspects to examine, but the type, number, and progress of the research into each aspect will slowly reveal itself. Okay. Once all the progress in all the revealed aspects reaches 100%, you will make a brand new discovery. Right-clicking with the discovery in the hotbar will add it to the book. Okay. Sometimes the aspects found in an item you are studying has a second glowing number in its top left corner. This means that something in the environment is granting a bonus to that aspect. Bonus could be granted... Oh. So that would be useful. Enchantments. Several new enchantments. Haste. Increases the wearer's land speed. Repair. Slowly repairs the durability of items. Okay, so only certain items from Thaumcraft. Potency. Increases the damage range of area of effect. Lose less durability. Does my wand have durability? Charging. Okay. Oh, so I guess there's different wands. And knowledge fragments. In your travels, you might happen up fragments of ancient and lost knowledge. On their own, they aren't much worth, but if you gather enough of them, you might gain unique research that you can pursue. Usually, the research they reveal cannot be gained through normal means. So, like, secret. Fragments of knowledge can on occasion lead to a false theory, but this will be revealed when you attempt to research it. When this happens, most of your knowledge fragments will be returned to you. Okay. When this happens, it usually means you have exhausted all current avenues of research. Okay, so I know a lot more stuff from that book now. So let's see what's in this chest.